What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls fall to the Lakers in L.A. 142-130. Bulls offense was humming tonight, but they were playing against this dude named Luka. He's pretty good. We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls postgame, coming to you live from our CHGO XFinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. Thanks for being here with us. Hit that like button if you're hanging out with us on YouTube. We need 100 of those if you want a tank spin at the end of tonight's programming. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Day. Bow. BAWL Sports. Will the Go Gottlieb back in the saddle. Will_Gottlieb. King of the controls, the one and only Joey C. Joey C.
Happy Friday, boys.
Hey, it is just past midnight here in Chicago.
Good call.
Let's do early morning postgame, shall we?
Sure.
Shout out to Thomas Banks, who said, well, at least Matas has confidence. Israel saying, man, I sure would love to have a player like Luka. Even AR, Austin Reeves, would be nice. Old man LeBron would still be our best player.
Yeah.
Sigh, yay, Bulls. Frowny face. Rage Tempo, meanwhile, saying, Yuki boxing out LeBron was my highlight. What up, Jeff? I don't know. Was that better or on par with Yuki burying a three in LeBron's face? Because I love that.
That was the one I liked.
If we're taking, happy moments away from tonight's contest.
The alley-oop he threw off the glass.
Oh,
that was nice.
That
off the
was
backboard.
a little sweet.
Okay, when
That
Matas
was
does the dunk contest again, whenever that is, 'cause he said he wants to do it again. Remember when they used to have like teammates be like their assist, dish people in the dunk contest?
They still do that.
They still do that?
Yeah.
We need a Yuki Matas collab in the dunk contest All-Star Weekend.
Remember when they did that in the dunk contest this year and the guy threw it off the rim and the dude hit the rim and then busted his head on the floor like that?
Abstained from watching the dunk contest this year.
Well, no, that was a great decision. But
Reminds me of the Steve Nash and Mari Stoudemire dunk contest. That's the new version.
So look, we saw Matas Buzelis tack another 20-point game onto his recent stretch of doing so tonight. He finished with 22 on 7 of 19. Josh Giddey finished with 27, career high 6 made threes, 6 of 9, along with 8 boards and 15 assists. It didn't matter. You know why it didn't matter?
Why?
Joey, you want to knock out our big takeaway? Why don't we knock out our big takeaway right now?
Ooh, this feels stank.
Get your hats ready.
This feels real stank.
Quick on the draw.
You need the big takeaway? You need the big takeaway? How about the big takeaway? The big takeaway is presented by XFinity, y'all. XFinity, imagine that.
Imagine it.
As Israel just said in the chat a moment ago, imagine if the Bulls ever,
John Lennon,
again, had a player the caliber of one Luka Doncic. Could you even imagine? I'm struggling to imagine right now. 27 and 15, nice, Josh. Matas, another 20-point game, okay. Apples and frickin' oranges. Apples and frickin' oranges. That's why some of us are rooting for L's right now. Where are the Bulls finding their Luka Doncic? I know that that's a rare breed. I know that is a generational talent, a Hall of Fame talent.
It is.
You need those kinds of players to go deep in the playoffs. You need those kinds of players to win championships.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we're trying to do here?
Yeah.
It's what I want to do. Might not be what the Bulls as an organization want to do or are trying to do even. 51, 10, and 9, and he made it look easy. That's the freaking difference. That's why as much fun as Tuesday night was.
It was fun.
Yay, OT win in Golden State. No Steph, no Jimmy. Yay! Matas 40 burger. Josh, career high 17 assists, triple-double. Yay! 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 None of that crap matters. Come on now. I'm okay. I don't want to belittle it that much.
Yeah, I was about to come back.
It does matter a little bit. It does matter a little bit. And I am encouraged by Josh and Matas playing well. I am also simultaneously terrified of a hypothetical ceiling where those two players are your pillar players.
Yeah.
How good can that team be? I know that they're both still young, They can both still get better. They both are still getting better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, whew, the gap between the true superstars of this league and what Bulls fans are trying to get themselves excited about these days is laughable. Laughable. That's my big frickin' takeaway for you.
And I think also a lot of the conversation that I saw after that game was, well, it was good development for guys like Matas and Giddey. I think there's truth to that. But would you say that tonight was good development for Matas and Giddey? I thought tonight was really good development for Matas. He had Luka Doncic jawing at him and going back and forth with him, and he had to step up to the plate and like try to compete with that. And I think in the first half he did that. In the second half, well, I think it was only 5 points. Like that's development for me. Is how do you step up against a player who's that talented and who's trying to go one-on-one with you? Can you handle that? Can you manage that? And for Giddey, same thing. I mean, another game where he really had to be a scorer because they just didn't have guys out there that could really produce in that way. You can't just settle for being a table setter. Those kind of players don't exist at a high level in today's NBA. You have to be able to score 25, 30 points. I think that's hard for him, but credit to him, he stepped up and had a 27-point night. He did. 6 of 9 threes, career high. Like, that's good development. And guess what? They still lost, and it helped them in the long term because at the end of the day, whether you think these guys are superstar players in the making or not, they could always use more help. And that's what we're talking about here, is getting more help in the draft, getting another good young player that can serve as a foundational piece. And, you know, if you can get a player at 9, he might be a good player. If you can get a player in the top 4, he might be a great player. And you saw tonight the difference between good players and great players. And that was very much apparent throughout. As good a game as Giddey had, as nice a game as Matas had, Luka was dominant. Austin Reeves was dominant. Luka was freaking dominant. He was unbelievable. He was unstoppable. He was in complete control of that game in a way that I just don't think anybody on the Bulls right now is capable of commanding a game. And you don't necessarily need to be able to do that in order to be a great player. I'm not trying to say that they need to dominate the game that way, but you just saw there's very, very much different flavors of great player, right? Yeah. So I'm not trying to take away from those guys, but you saw that Luka Doncic is elite, and having a guy like that can really put you over the top.
Yeah, it's true. And like man in the chat, he's right. DeAndre Ayton was dominant also. He was
dominating.
Crashing that board.
He was absolutely dominant, without a doubt. And let's not forget Austin Reeves, who had 30 also as well. He balled out also. I think both of those games, for me, is both development. One, the win, look, if Draymond Green wasn't being an idiot, the Bulls are not walking away with a win in that game.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's start there. But watching Matas have the game he had in that game was awesome, and watching Giddey have the game he had in that is awesome. And you need to see those games. I don't care. Like, you want the loss, the win that comes with it. Fine. I'm like, I'll live with that. But you need to still see those games, because whether we agree on it working or not, and I'm not saying either you are wrong, because I'm right there with you, but you still need to see the development happen from those guys. It still needs to be a thing that needs to be seen. So seeing Matas do what he did is important, and seeing what he did in this game is important, and seeing Giddey do what he did in those games is also important. No, they're nowhere near Luka Doncic at all. Like, you're not near that kind of level of talent, period. It's just really that simple, and you still need that level of talent. Where you're going to find it in the draft? Well, probably not, because the Bulls are going to be drafting. It seems like they're going to be drafting in the 10th or 11th. We'll see what happens when the draft comes. Rolling the dice can change everything. Hopefully it happens and the Bulls, get to pick in the top 4. But that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, they're behind. They're definitely behind these kind of people with this kind of talent on their team. They're in the middle, which is, for some reason, the sweet spot for the team where they enjoy being. But that's exactly where they are. But a lot of guys, man, were getting some tick tonight. What was it, 9 deep in this game? We saw 30 minutes from Jalen Smith. Okay.
Somebody in the chat just said that Ayton made him look like a kid tonight.
Man, he did. He absolutely did. Ayton was he was feasting on the Chicago Bulls. And I mean, six offensive rebounds.
Yes, sir.
He had impressive. No Leonard Miller, but, he had 6 offensive rebounds. And shout out to Leonard Miller, who almost had another double-double. And if he did have back-to-back double-doubles, oh, man, the stats I was going to come on here with about Patrick Williams were going to be hilarious. But I thought that his game also was really good. and just how he looks competent. So for me, all these games are still important because you're still getting a chance to evaluate this talent. Do I like the fact that they're trying to win? No, hell no, I don't at all. But I have to, play with the cards that are being dealt to us, and it's a crap hand. But I still have to play with the cards that are being dealt. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Leonard Miller. I'm looking at Matas. I'm looking at Giddey and seeing what can develop from those guys. It feels like Giddey and Nick Richards are developing some kind of chemistry right there that I want to see a little more of. But because I'm not a huge Nick Richards fan like that, but him and Giddey have the competency. And again, Giddey is one of your pillars going forward. So I think that's going to be important for this team going forward, because whoever Giddey fits with is what you need to be handing him and building around him. So that stuff is going to be important. But man, Craigie Jr. getting 6 minutes, I'm like, he's got to play a little more than that.
Yeah.
He's got to get more time than that, bro. Like, you don't have to have Jalen out there getting 30 minutes, man. Like, at least give him a little run, but 40 minutes for Josh Giddey is a lot. And I'm saying that because it's a back-to-back coming up. So you have a back-to-back with the Clippers happening, man, and that's going to be an interesting game to watch because they are shorthanded and they are playing a ton of minutes for these guys. But this is the league. This is how it happens, man, and they still have to come out and try to play.
I think you're spot on there. Like, I think they were better tonight in terms of the approach or the process or whatever we're talking about when it comes to, like, kind of undercutting the talent on your team so that you can lose games while still trying and appearing like you're trying to win. The minutes were just 40 minutes for Giddey in a game that you're down 20 at various points in the second half.
It's a lot.
It's just a lot. And there's a game tomorrow night. And I don't know, maybe there will be guys back tomorrow. I know it sounded like Jalen Smith was not going to play tomorrow night. Maybe you get Yabusele back. But even like Nick Richards, to your point, doesn't need to play 25 minutes because Lachlan only had 6. You can spread it out a little bit more. And I think they would do well to like monitor these guys' minutes a little bit and suppress some of the starters and like veteran minutes so that you can get some of these other guys, because then you can still put your best foot forward in terms of compete level and trying to win, but you're not going to put yourself at risk of like one of these late surge comebacks like you had against the Warriors. Like, if I don't have the box score in front of me right now, but like if Lachlan Ulbrich was in there for a couple of extra minutes and Yuki was in there for a couple of extra minutes, maybe they don't make a run, or the run that they make isn't quite enough to get them back to where it's within 2 points when Draymond Green commits that foul. And like all those little things matter. Billy was saying this after last game, that he was kind of like asking guys, which is more important, a free throw missed in the first quarter or a free throw missed tie game with 0 seconds left on the clock with a chance to win. And the players all said the last second end of free throw. Mm-hmm. And Billy was like, no, they're the same, because the point is the point. And so I think that's the point, is that they should be taking the whole process more seriously and the whole lead up to the end of the game so that it doesn't put you in a position where you're risking it that way.
Yeah.
George, you must have missed our post-game show on Tuesday because we had a lot of fun celebrating how great Josh and Matas were.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're looking for some positivity, go check out that show.
Oh, man, we was getting it in.
Dude, we were showering him with praise.
Drunk on that, baby.
Dude, it was hella fun.
Yeah.
Also, 13 Konita in the chat asking, what am I missing? Wait, am I missing something? How many championships has Luka got? In reference to probably what I was saying earlier. Mm-hmm. Dave was talking in pregame about that's the next step for Luka. That he needs to get that chip. Mm-hmm. The trophy case is looking a little bare.
Shout out to you.
He, by the way, just turned 27 like 2 weeks ago. How old was MJ when he won his first chip, by the way?
27.
Yeah.
How many play-in appearances has he had?
So Luka is, however, the best player on teams that have won 5 playoff series in his 7 full NBA seasons so far.
Okay.
The Bulls, as an organization, have won 5 playoff series since the dynasty ended in 1998. How about that? How about those apples and oranges?
Yeah.
He doesn't have that chip yet. Took a team to the finals. Bulls haven't been to the finals. Oh, that's right, since 1998. Oh. You need superstars in this league. Luka is one. I'm sorry. Josh is not. Matas is not. Mm-mm. Not right now.
Not right now.
Not close.
Nope.
All right, we got to knock out our first ad break right there. When we come back on the other side, more thoughts on tonight's game. We can talk about Dillingham, Leonard Miller, Yuki, whatever's on your mind.
New face of the league.
Let us know what you think about Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you want the tank spin at the end of tonight's show. It's free. We'll be right back.
Let's go. 5 years. A lot can go down in 5 years. you could be recording ads twice in 5 years. A lot of things can go down and happen in 5 years. Luka and Matas could maybe be dueling. Woo! And we'd be excited to see it. And you know how we've been watching it? By using our XFinity Wi-Fi, ladies and gentlemen, because they are the absolute best. 5-year price guarantee. It is the best. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. Best part? No annual contract. Nope. No hidden fees. Where they at? Don't see them because they're not there. And Xfinity's best equipment, guess what? It's included. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
CHGO Bulls is also brought to you by Old National Bank. Whether it's on the field or the hardwood or in your financial life, the best teams win by delivering excellence at every level. At Old National Bank, they believe every play matters. From everyday checking to long-term planning and commercial banking, their team is here to build momentum and help you move the ball forward. It all starts with a plan tailored for you by professionals that you can trust. From simple tasks to bigger financial moments, you can count on Old National Bank to coordinate your needs with steady, knowledgeable guidance that brings clarity and confidence to each and every step. It's a partnership designed to help you feel supported, not just today, but well into the future. So, whether you're celebrating a big win, rebuilding after a tough loss, somewhere in between, shout out Bulls, or gearing up for whatever comes next, they've got your back with tools, insights, and an expert crew that is always in your corner.
Old National Bank fans, baby.
Old National Bank, member FDIC, where relationships and results matter.
Bang.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. We got a long way to go if y'all want that tank spin. You know the number it takes. Why don't we knock out some Gameday difference makers from tonight's action? Gameday difference maker presented by Gameday Men's Health. Better father, better husband, better man. Go to Gameday Men's Health. Visit GameDayCHGO.com to find locations closest to you. I'm going to lead us off, gents, and it might be a bit of a wild card, but I really liked the minutes we saw from Dillingham off the bench tonight.
Okay.
I still got a lot of questions about whether this kid is a piece, like an actual piece that the Bulls should be keeping and building and developing. Some questions about his game. I think his minutes the other night were pretty rough. But tonight, I mean, 12 points, 5 boards, and 7 dimes. And some of the dimes he had, that slick bounce pass where he threaded the needle tonight
to Tre Jones
was nice.
Yeah.
That was one of a handful of really nice setup plays that I thought Dillingham made tonight. And he went 5 of 10 from the field. Knocked down a 3.
Yeah.
Look, it's a low bar right now as far just like personally what I'm expecting from Rob Dillingham. Just a young player who really struggled to get any time with Minnesota, the team that drafted him, as a lottery pick. And then on the heels of that, we also, what you learned while you were still with the, the road trip out west, Goat, is this wrist cyst situation he's dealing with right now. It's like affecting his shot, causing some discomfort, and he's just playing through it. That was a fun little injury report that wasn't even on the injury report.
Shout out, Goat.
But, I thought he made some good, fun things happen tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of what he, more along the lines of what he looked like in college, where he was just explosive, getting downhill, getting into the paint. And that's, Billy said this a couple of times, that there aren't a lot of players on this team that can really break you down one-on-one, and he's one of them. And so you felt that rim pressure, and he threw a couple of nice lobs in there. And he just played freely tonight, and he was plus 10 in a game where you lose by 12. So I thought it was nice minutes from them. I would not say that he was a difference maker when they got him switched on to Luka Doncic in the post. That's going to be a problem for him.
Good luck.
But that doesn't need to be how he makes his living in the NBA. It can be coming off the bench, scoring, producing, running offense, getting the team up and down. And for how the Bulls want to play, I thought he fit into that really well and actually kind of was the reason why they were even looking like that, especially in his minutes tonight. So nice game from him, and hopefully he can start to string those together.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's doing what you want a guy who's developing to do, and that's look like he's developing. And when he first came in, you look like, it was like, bro, I don't know, man. And you just saw certain things start happening that looked a little better. Hey, here's a good pass. Hey, here's a good shot. Hey, that's a good decision. Oh, here comes 4 turnovers. Because it's a developing situation that's happening. I like the fact that it's looking like in this game and the last game that he's starting to put, and the Phoenix game, it's like he's putting things kind of together.
Yeah.
And I like that aspect of it. I don't know where it's going to go. I'm just saying that's a good look for somebody who is trying to develop and you're trying to figure out what you have and what they can actually do on the floor. So seeing that pass that you talked about, Matt, was great to see. Seeing that alley-oop that he threw is great to see. And then then when you're doing those things, when you're developing, you can start factoring in who's he's doing it against. You can say, oh, man, that was against the Lakers and LeBron. And so I'm like, okay, that looks good right there. So I think that's a good thing for Dillingham. Obviously, a very, very long way to go for that young man. But you cannot poo-poo 7 assists and 1 turnover for that young fella, man. And he was a +10 tonight also as well. But 5 of 10 shooting. And I can't remember if it was you, Matt, or you, Go, who talked about his rebounding and said that, this dude was a really good rebounder. It was, and that is true. I mean, 5 rebounds for a guy his size, getting in there, mixing it up is impressive to see. So that's a great thing. And shout out to him. My difference maker is going to go to a guy that I wanted to give it to yesterday in the previous game. Well, not yesterday, but in the previous game.
Okay.
Just because he did it again tonight, and what he's been is just a model of consistency out there on the floor. And I told you he is the new salve, and that is Tre Jones. Tre Jones, once again, in a game, he plays any role you need him to play. They needed him to be the 2-guard scorer. Bet. I'll do that. How about I have 22 in that last game? Tonight, how about I give you 18 on 8 of 16 shooting? Didn't even hit a 3. But he also chipped in 4 rebounds and 6 assists and no turnovers for Tre Jones in 32 minutes out there on the floor. That's impressive to me for a guy his size doing those kind of things, man. And being able to just, body up and defend on certain guys who are clearly bigger than him, but he still bodies them up a little bit. He still agitates. He's still getting his hands in passing lanes, getting those steals happening. He did another one of those things tonight. He had a steal tonight. So I just like what I see every single game from him. He's a comfort blanket, man. Because you can just rely on it. You could depend on him to give you those things, the best of what he can absolutely do out there on the floor. And I just wanted to give him some recognition for that because I think he deserves it. He makes a difference for with this Bulls lineup, especially for the young guys.
Yeah, totally agree. I think I put him in the same category I put Caruso. Like just for they do it in a different way. And Caruso's obviously an elite defensive player. Sure. But just the type of impact that he has in the game and that type of a role, I think fits him, and I could see him playing at that kind of a level. So he's been awesome. He does, I think, to your point, just do whatever they need him to do. He's not going to be a high-level three-point shooter, but he's going to make the right play. He's going to get downhill. He's going to be crafty. He's going to have an incredible finishing game. And he's just so solid and so reliable. Mm-hmm. And for a team that has been so up and down and mostly down this year, he's been one of the bright spots and one of the more consistent pieces.
Yeah, very true.
For mine, I'll go honorable mention to Leonard Miller. I'm sure we'll talk about him a little bit more. But I got to give it to Giddey, man. He played really well tonight. Mm-hmm. The whole point of the article that I just wrote about him and got his perspective on was kind of what we were saying before. It's great if you can be a high-level distributor and organize the offense, but I think in today's NBA, in order to really make an impact, you have to be able to score the ball. Yep. And the 2 ways to do that are getting downhill, getting to the rim, and drawing fouls, and hitting threes, and particularly hitting threes off the dribble. We know he's gotten much better as a three-point shooter in terms of catch and shoots, but today he hit a couple off the dribble ones, and that just changes the way that defenses have to guard him. I still think that they're always going to be encouraging him to do that because they're more worried about him getting into the lane. But if he can make you pay and all of a sudden they start going over screens, now he's downhill with an advantage, which is something that he struggles to create off the bounce by himself. And that can really change how teams guard him. So I thought he had a really nice game, even independent of the 6 for 9 from 3, which is obviously just phenomenal. It's not something that he's going to be able to replicate on a daily basis. But I thought the pressure that he was putting on the rim, the way he was distributing after getting downhill, that's the kind of scoring threat that I think he needs to be in order to really take his game to the next level. You want to see a better night in terms of assist to turnover ratio. Obviously 15 is great, but 6 turnovers is way too many.
Yeah.
But the team, I guess you hear this a lot from Matas, from Billy, from Giddey. You need to like take what the defense gives you. You need to deliver what the game needs from you. And this Bulls team needs scoring right now. Without Colin Sexton, without Simons, without Ivy, without all these scoring guards, like they need someone to produce in that way. And 27 for Giddey is a great number.
No, it's a huge number.
I was just going to say, shout out to our guy Paul, who said, great article. Will's writing is on point.
Yes, it is.
We plugged it again in pregame. We'll plug it again now. In case you missed it, Goat's column with his chat with Josh Giddey on the road. Incredible stuff. Great quotes from Josh. Great stat breakdowns from Goat about what Giddey can take his next level of his game to. Joey just threw the link to that article in the chat. Mm-hmm. It is for diehards only because that's diehard content, diehard material. Use promo code GOAT to become a diehard if you aren't already. But yeah, I mean, Goat, and especially the thing you said about those multiple off the dribble threes he hit tonight.
Yeah.
Like, if I have one takeaway from tonight's game as a Bulls fan, like, big takeaway, man, Luka's awesome and fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Biggest Bulls fan takeaway tonight was watching Josh hit those threes off the dribble.
Yeah.
Because that is a game changer. Mm-hmm. And we need to see more proof of that. It's nice when he hits the occasional one, but tonight he hit multiple within one game. And I'm like, that'll make me turn my head as a skeptic. Like, yo, if you can do that regularly, Josh, then this is a different ballgame.
Yeah, it changes things for sure. Also, I was a little disappointed that there wasn't a discussion of hair care products in the article with Goat and Giddey.
Yeah,
but it's all right.
Got to get him on that.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, man.
No secrets revealed.
No secrets revealed in that. But
off the record.
But I want to echo what you're talking about here, Matt, because the shooting, it's not just the fact that he scored a 27. It's the fact he's 10 of 17 from the field. Yep. And the fact that he's, as you mentioned, 6 of 9 from 3. Only 2 free throws. You know what I mean? Only got to the line twice. So the fact he's doing that, and again, in 40 minutes out there on the floor, and you've got to be the facilitator, and you've got to be the dude grabbing the rebounds. What was he, second in rebounds on the squad? And right behind Leonard Miller, who had 9. And Leonard Miller got that in when everybody was off the floor. He got a couple rebounds. So Giddey pretty much led the way for everything. He kept the Bulls hanging around in the game. And so when they went on that run, it was because Giddey was keeping them around with those pull-up threes that he's hitting, man, which is wild to see. But it's great to see. And you're right. It bodes well, again, as the future goes on, because regardless of how you feel about him, he's here. And he's going to have to be that dude for the team if they're going to want to succeed. It has to be on Josh Giddey because he will be the engine of the offense. So seeing him score almost 30 points in a game like this against some true stars that are out there on the floor, I mean, I can't be against that.
And you mentioned the free throws. I wanted to point that out too because I think there's still, like, there was more on the bone there for him to take advantage of. He only had what is it, 8 shots outside, or I'm sorry, inside.
Yeah, inside
the arc. Made 4 of them, so it's like good efficiency. But he's got to be like relentless, either at the rim or step back threes on pick and rolls for me. And it's it's got to be every time because it's not so much he can't be a facilitator, but it's how do you maximize your facilitating ability? And that's when teams really have to worry about you as a scorer. That opens up the passing lanes, and that's what helps get people involved. I do think that he's never going to be a score-first player, but I think if he can kind of gear himself more towards that, it's really going to make him a better facilitator, which is, I think, what he wants to be the most. So the scoring off the dribble, obviously great. The free throw stuff, that has got to be way better too. And not to say it was bad, but only 2 trips to the line. I think they were both and ones. Mm-hmm. You want to see more of that. And so that's what we're going to be talking about here is just like how do these guys keep getting better? For everybody that's, pro, they've already got their core in place. Like, okay, then how do you take that next step? And for me, it's like Giddey has to become a primary scorer type of player. I think that's the only way I can really imagine his game taking a step to like all NBA level. I think he's like already sub fringe all-star, but like if he can get up to 25 points a game, now you're talking about a guy who can really lead efficient offense at a high level. And it's not a huge gap to make up. It just has to be like 1 or 2 pull-up threes per game and a couple extra trips to the line.
I kind of want to get into that a little bit.
Let's do it.
I think I have a different view on that.
Just real quick before we knock out a break, person from Cali in the chat saying, why was Giddey guarding Luka so much? LOL. Don't know what that was about. But look, bro, Josh Giddey was not the only person to get cooked by Luka tonight.
Right, exactly.
Matas got cooked by Luka,
fried,
and then trash talked by Luka.
Yeah, dog.
Nobody in a Bulls jersey could stop Luka Doncic tonight?
Yeah, 51.
Not a damn one. like that's I'm not hanging Josh out to dry.
Yeah, seriously.
Because he had to guard Luka a few times and failed miserably. So did everybody else.
51,
all right,
bro.
All right. With that, we'll knock out another ad break. When we come back, more thoughts on tonight's game. Also, I do want to talk a little bit more about the whole Matas Luka trash talk thing because that was fun. Hit the like button. It's free. We got some work to do if you want that tank spin at the end of the show.
Come on.
Be right back.
Tank. You very much. Tournament time. It's upon us. This is a very exciting time for everybody, man. And then you're just saying, man, I would love some flexibility in how I watch it. How do I do that? Where do I go? It's Sling is where you go. It's Sling again. Everybody knows it's Sling again. Ooh, them dulcet tones. Sling TV.
Again.
Is one of the most flexible ways to watch TV live. With the college basketball tournament coming up, Sling TV gives you access to the games and more control over how and where you tune in. And guess what? Sling has flexible 1, 3, or 7-day passes. That means instant access to live TV for men's and women's tournament. And if you purchase any pass from Sling, and the 12 through 16 seed makes it to the round of 16 in either the men's or the women's tournament, then the next pass on the next day is just $1. That is amazing, y'all. Live TV your way. Learn about sling.com/underdog. No more purchases required. To learn more, go see the full rules at sling.com/underdog.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Four Seasons. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Winter's still here. It wasn't winter in the desert when we were in Arizona last week, but here, Chicago, it's going to snow in a few days.
A little bit.
Is your home prepared? At Four Seasons, they guarantee same-day installation for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, electric, and generator needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or even holidays.
Celebrate.
Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with Four Seasons. Furnaces starting at $39 a month. Furnace AC combos, $57 a month. And if you call today, you can save $50 from your trusted local experts. Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. They've been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. So check them out. Visit FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com for all of their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com. CHGO Bulls Pulse game rolls along. Peck, Big Dave, Goat, Joey C on the controls. Big Dave, you said that you wanted to take a different spin on what Goat was talking about.
Yeah. Like,
Prove me wrong.
I'm not trying to. I'm just want to dive more into what you're saying because I don't think it's wrong. But when I look at Giddey, when I look at Giddey, I don't see it that way. I think he can still dominate without having to get the 25 points in the game because I watched him do it. I'm more concerned with him getting the assist numbers to that level than I am watching him get to 25 points. So I'm more concerned with if he gets 13 assists and 1 turnover, then I think he can really control a game like that from the point guard position. I don't look at him as a guy like I would look at a Russell Westbrook who I think, yeah, you have to score to be completely dominant and to run everything that's happening on the floor. You've got to score these amount of points for all that to happen. You got to be a James Harden you got to be a Luka Doncic, to be that kind of guy. I don't see Giddey in that same light. I see Giddey in the light of, man, if he gets 18, cool. Like if he gets 18, 14 rebounds and 13 assists, great. It's about, for me, do you control the game? Because I've seen him have those triple doubles and put up these numbers like he did tonight, and it's still not going to control the game, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. So I'm more interested in watching him have that control of the game like I saw him in Golden State, where it just felt like he was a step ahead of everything that was happening out there. And I feel like it's better for the Bulls when he's like that because he's removing thinking for other guys out there on the floor if he's just hitting them in the pocket with the ball and everything like that. I think I look at more the onus of the scoring to go to guys like Matas. I'm like, no, dude, you got to have a 25. Like, you got to have a 27. I need you to do those things for this team to get to where they kind of need to be. And as you mentioned, Matt, when you were talking about the comparison of a Stockton and Malone or even a Nash and a Stoudemire and, those kind of guys, that's how I see it. You know what I mean? Like, even in that Nash didn't need to score, 28, for that team to be great. But he would dominate the entire game. And Jason Kidd, I saw somebody say that, like, Kidd the same way. Like, they would dominate the entire game without having to score because they can, but I don't look at them as those kind of scorers like that. But you're saying you want to see him do that to, reach that all NBA kind of status.
Well, I just think I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, I do think you can control the game without necessarily being a high volume scorer. But I just think the way the NBA is trending right now, it's kind of moving away from that. You don't really see a lot of these like table setting point guards averaging like 10, 12, 15 points per game and 9 assists. A lot of it is like the big wing initiator, a la Luka, who can get you a bucket whenever you need it. Because I think that's really what this team is missing, is like a dominant scorer. And I don't think that you need to necessarily rely on, I don't think for you to be an all NBA caliber player, you can't rely on other guys to score for you. Like, I think it's great when you can facilitate. It's great when you can create shots for people. And I don't think he should get rid of that element of his game at all. Like, I think he needs to stay where he is, if not really improve, especially when it comes to turnovers. But I think in order for the Bulls to have a chance to take another step, they need a dominant offensive weapon. And they don't have that right now.
Agreed.
And if Giddey's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, I think he needs to have that in his game. So I'm not saying 35 points per game or even 30, but like, I do think he needs to be able to generate a shot, because they don't really have anybody that can
100%.
Generate a shot.
100% agree.
Yeah. And I think maybe Stacey mentioned it on the broadcast at some point tonight when Matas was getting some rest.
Yeah.
Josh was out there, and Josh had one of his takes to the bucket, or maybe it was after Josh passed the ball off that resulted in a Bulls turnover or empty possession. And Stacey said, like, yo, especially when Matas is not on the floor, Josh has got to be the guy who's scoring, especially when you look around and who's available for this Bulls team right now.
100% agree with that.
Yeah, that's on Josh.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, it's a lot of weight to put on one player, but it's like, if that's the Bulls' plan, is to build around Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
And like people, semantics, he don't have to be the guy. He could be one of the guys, whatever. If Josh Giddey, the plan is he's one of your two best players, he has to be able to be a guy who can put up 30 on any given night, I think. I hear your point, Dave.
Yeah.
About the setup man who had great NBA careers on really good teams that were pass first and score second, who could also score if they had to. I'm just saying, with the pieces the Bulls are building with right now, it would be nice if Josh could also be that kind of scorer.
I think the other piece is, like, I don't think Josh is, like, commanding the game right now, even as a facilitator. Like, you look at the Halliburton example.
Yeah.
Halliburton, last year, number one, he's, like, hitting back iron threes that go into the sky and then come back in to beat the Knicks in the playoffs. So, like, he can get off his shot whenever he wants, and he's a very good three-point shooter. But I think the way that he controls the game and manipulates defenses is at a different level than Giddey, even though the assist numbers are not that far off. That's something that Billy has pointed out when I've asked him about that in the past, is that the next step for Giddey is to really be able to manipulate things. I think a lot of Giddey's offense comes from the pace that they're playing, getting downhill and spraying it out, as opposed to, I'm going to move this defender over here. This help's going to come there. Then when I attack the screen this way, the low man's going to come over here, and I'm going to find the corner. Like, he can make those reads, but he's not controlling where the defense goes. And so that's, I think, a step that he needs to take. It's hard to do that when you're playing at the pace the Bulls play, because they're trying not to be in the half court. They're trying to do this in transition so that they have those advantages baked into it. And so I think it's just part of it is going to be, are they going to adapt more of a half court offense to where he does have to, he's forced to be able to control some of those things? I think he needs to be able to do that. But I also think in order for him to do that, you have to be worried about him taking a step back three. You have to be worried about him getting to the rim and finishing, because that changes how you're guarded. And now with that, you can start to manipulate the defenders. And I think a lot of that stems not from the passing, but from the scoring ability.
100% agree with that. And even the guards I named you are still threats.
For sure.
For scoring. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about the amount of points is what I'm saying. So, yeah, I get that, all that. But I think, like, him getting 20, even 21 in a game is kind of where I see him. 21.
That's where I see him too, but I think he needs to take another level.
And you want and I think it could be that right there. And I'll be like, no, I think it could be that right there. I think you could be a 21, 10, and whatever amount of assists. And maybe I'm just looking at it because of the turner. Like, even you talked about the manipulation and the controlling of it. I was pointing that out to you on a pass that he made when he looked twice at Jalen Smith. And I was like, that should have just been a one look in a pass and then fool the defender because you think you're going over here. But again, that comes with being a threat. So seeing him take those 3-point shots and hit those 3-point shots consistently will make him an absolute threat, of a scorer. And yeah, he's got to be that dude if Matas is out the game. You absolutely have to be the guy that's scoring the goal and scoring the bucket for the team. But he's got to be also the guy that's running the offense too, because he's the engine. It's all built around him, man. So it's a lot to put on the shoulders, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly the job, you know what I'm saying, that he is signed up for in this one, man. So listen, I'm not saying I'm mad if he scores 25 a game.
Sure.
He scored 25.
But
awesome. That's great. But I'm saying, I think he could still dominate if he's got 5 less points. But at least that's my hope, that I want him to.
You guys
still
are definitely
be
both
dominating.
in alignment with the fact of whether he scores 21 or 30. As long as it's the last 6 in the crunch time of the fourth quarter,
Sure.
and he knows how to get those points in those moments, I think that's something that Giddey still needs to learn, at least from a consistency basis of my team needs this right now. So I know how to facilitate. I know how to move the space on the floor, but also I know how to score and keep my team in the game.
I think that's exactly right. It's less about what the actual number is of points and more about can you get a bucket. And I think when I say 25 points per game type of guy, those are guys that can go out and create a shot for themselves.
I got you.
But I also don't think he's that far off. I mean, this year he's averaging 17.5 points, but he's shooting 45.7%, which is down pretty much career low except for his rookie year. His three-point percentage has been great, and he's taking more of them. That's fantastic. His free throw percentage is down to 76%. I think if he gets his free throws up in terms of volume a little bit more and then gets back up to 80, 82% from the line, continues to hit threes at a high level, adds another drive or two, and maybe one more pull-up three, that's 22, 23 right there. And that's kind of the range I'm hoping for. But I also think there's an element of, can you go get a bucket? And I just don't think it's possible to really have a A1 option that can't go get a bucket and expect the team to compete at a high level.
Yeah. And just real quick, I think his point is even more valid if you're looking at the point guards, especially even in the East, because Cade Cunningham is one of those guys that I'm talking about who can facilitate a control, but he still is going to go get you 25, 27 a game.
Eric in the chat saying, like I said earlier, Josh can be a good table setter, but we got to have players that can bring the food to the potluck. Looking at you, AK and Mark. And let me just preface this as we're talking about Josh Giddey, what he needs to be for this team if the Bulls are going to be good, comparing production, points versus playmaking. David Lithgow, buddy, I love you. I love you. And shout out for you for the super chat, 14.99. Appreciate you. Going back to what we were talking about earlier and watching Luka cook the Bulls tonight.
Shout out, David Lithgow.
Saying thanks for answering your own question while I was talking about Luka's age and the fact that he's not a champion yet. Mike was 28 when he got his first. Luka's 27 right now. Josh is 23, says David. Good grief, man. On 25 million. David, my buddy, I love you. Would you like to recall what Luka had accomplished in the NBA at age 23? Because he won Rookie of the Year. Then he was a 4-time All-Star. 4-time NBA All-NBA first team. Oh, and by the way, he finished top 8 in MVP 4 times. Do we all remember what Michael Jordan did by the time he was 23 in the NBA? Which, by the way, was only 3 seasons. But that's a pretty stacked resume. Years 1, 2, and 3 of Michael Jordan. If you want to be fair, how about his first 5 NBA seasons? Because that's what we're talking about if we're comparing Josh Giddey and Luka freaking Doncic. Come on, man. This is why I have a hard time sometimes taking the Giddey committee seriously with their arguments. I'm rooting for Josh to be good. I'm rooting for him to be great. Why? Because this Bulls team freaking needs him to be.
Yeah.
But pump the freaking brakes sometimes with these player comps because I won't take you seriously if you say crap like that.
Well,
Age 23.
Michael, Luka, and
Let's all
Josh.
be patient.
Michael, Luka, and Josh's their names are just too close to each other in that
get
comment.
real.
They're just too close.
All NBA first team 4 times. Luka by age 23. What? And this is why I have a difficult time with some of y'all. This is why.
So I got a bucket of hats.
Luka's rookie year.
Shout out Brandon Bills.
Shout out Brandon Bills.
Luka's rookie year, he averaged 21.2 points per game. Giddey's averaging a career high 17.7 this year. That's what I'm saying. The scoring really matters here. And I think you can't.
Wait. What? Say that again.
Luka's rookie year, the lowest scoring number of his career, 21.2 points per game. Josh Giddey this year, career high 17.7.
Right.
I'm talking about him getting up to Luka rookie year caliber scoring in order to like take the Bulls to the next level.
Right.
I'm not disparaging him. I'm just saying like that is what he needs, in my opinion, to be able to do in order to dominate the game. I think like how a lot of people already see him dominating them. The scoring piece is such a big deal in the modern NBA today.
Yeah.
And if you're just moving the ball around the shell, or you're not collapsing the defense and you're just kind of making reads to the opposite corner, that's great. You have height, you have good vision, you know where the ball is supposed to go, but you're not shifting the defense around, and therefore you're not creating an open shot. And I think what makes Luka so special, obviously the off the dribble threes are just unbelievable. The foul drawing in the post game is unbelievable. But the attention that defenses need to give him because of those things is why you have the low man coming over so aggressively. And that's Luka's such a genius passer. He knows as soon as he gets into the lane and he's coming this way still, the corner's open. And so I think having that scoring ability is going to unlock a lot of what makes Giddey special as a player, allowing his size and his passing ability to be put on display, not to mention scoring more efficiently. I think a lot of times Giddey gets himself in trouble driving into the lane, jumping up, realizing the shot's not there. Like if he can figure out how to score in those, now it's not a turnover, it's 2 points or a trip to the foul line. Like there's just, I think, a lot of low-hanging fruit for him where he can really develop his game without even necessarily needing to be like chess master manipulator.
Right.
I think if he can get to that point, now you're talking about a real star player. But I think that's the next step on the way there. And I don't think it's like too far out of reach for what he already does. It's just like cleaning up some stuff. And I think adding a little bit more aggression when it comes to driving. He's already doing a great job of that. But more foul drawing and just being willing to rip him off the dribble. And you saw that tonight because the team needed that from him. And I think they always need it from him is kind of the point that I'm trying to make.
We got to knock out one last ad break. When we come back on the other side, final thoughts on tonight's game. Let us know what you are thinking about in that chat. Hit the like button. It'll be a hell of a Hail Mary to get to that number we need for a tank spin tonight. But you can do it. I believe in you, Bulls Nation. The like button is free.
It's right there.
We'll be right back.
You want a tank spin?
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Huel. We are 2.5 months into 2026. Have you given up on your health and protein goals yet? I hope not.
Hope not.
But if you did, you can get back on board with Huel. Comes in 2 formulas. Ready to drink, bam, this one. Or for the days that you might have a few extra minutes around the house, stir it yourself, the powder. Either way, you're getting 35 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins and minerals without any artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors. It is gluten-free, and it drinks for under $5 a meal, because that's what it is. It drinks like a meal. So take advantage of our limited time offer by going to Huel.com/Bulls15 and using promo code Bulls15 at checkout to get 15% off your online order. That is for new customers only. Again, Huel.com/Bulls15, promo code Bulls15. That's Bulls15. Shout out to Huel for sponsoring the show. If you are busy and you need some protein, Huel is a game changer.
Huel! You know, we were down there at Shady Rays in Phoenix, and I ran into Baby Joey, of course, at the Shady Rays. Where else would he be?
Always hanging out
And
there.
while he was there, man, he said, you know why I showed up? I said, why? He said, because I heard Joey was here. I said, oh, no, not Joey Spathis, Joey C. And he looked at me real crazy. And I said, you don't understand? He said, I never understood.
Never understood.
Why? Why I got so much money and look so they go put on some dang on shades? Well, Shady Rays set out to do something about that. Shady Rays got those seriously good-looking polarized, durable shades that are not ridiculously expensive. And you know what makes them more awesome than the fact that they look awesome? The Lost and Broken Replacements plan. Oh, let's say it's some shades on that. Crack, splat, drat. There goes that. But you remember, I can put those back in the mail and send them right back in. And within those 30 days, right back on my friends, a brand new pair of shades straight from Shady Rays. They've got your back, ladies and gentlemen. So go to ShadyRays.com and use the code CHGOSR for 40% off of 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades and try it for yourself. Shades are rated 5 stars, over 300,000 people, because it's Shady Rays, y'all. Where the Rays are so shady.
Thank you, and thank you for the curse.
Yes.
Since you left. Bulls
6-0
Nation,
out.
CHGO Bulls rolling along for a little bit longer on Thursday night / Friday morning. As Joey said, happy Friday. Shout out to Max Bruce through his super chat. Said, Leonard Miller, looking good. Beat the Clippers and help Portland. Yeah, so the Bulls got Clippers on deck. Also in LA tomorrow night, second night of a back-to-back.
That's what I wanted
Clips
to ask you.
in that Western Conference play-in tournament picture.
Yeah.
Do we want the Blazers to move up in the play-in tournament bracket more, or do we want a Bulls L more to each their own.
No, not to each their own. Control what you can control.
Control the L's, right? Portland
Control
will
your
get
L's.
third wins.
Portland is
Control
in
the W's.
Break
Portland
this
is
down, Goat.
in the play-in regardless, right?
Right. Okay.
Everybody behind them is actively trying to lose games harder than the Bulls.
Correct.
Okay.
The Warriors have fallen now to the 9th spot. They are a mess, as we've just witnessed, without Steph and without Jimmy. Who knows if Steph will be back? But the Clippers are surging right now. They're above 500, which is incredible considering they started the season 6-21.
Okay.
The Suns are pretty much locked into 7. I don't see that changing. Maybe they can jump into 6, but I think they're going to be locked in there. The best shot for the Bulls in terms of that Portland pick is that they just win their way through the play-in, but I don't see them really jumping up too high. They also have the easiest schedule remaining, so I think all this stuff is just kind of in their control, and they're going to, like, the Bulls can't rely on trying to manipulate that side of the standing. They just have to, like, do what they need to do. What they need to do is lose every game in front of them and hope that the Pelicans keep winning and hope that they can lose both of these games against Memphis. They've got 4 wins now to make up to move down. And, by the way, they're tied with Milwaukee now with 27 wins. Like, they need to keep themselves in the 9th seed. So, no, the answer is clear. It is lose every single game in front of you.
The answer is clear.
The choice is made. The traveler has come. Yeah.
Hate to tell you.
Look, would it be nice if the Blazers had like a little home court action in the play-in tournament to increase their chances? If that matters at all, if you believe in home court mattering in a one-game winner-take-all, winner-go-home game to advance the actual playoffs, and therefore conveying that. Yeah, but for the love of God, the Bulls fell into a tie with Milwaukee with this nonsense. Although it's just because the Bucks played the Bulls earlier, or the Bucks played earlier. The Bulls matched them, so the Bulls now are still a half ahead of them in the lottery standings.
Also, like, would you rather be concerned about, like, the 8th versus 9th versus 10th pick, or additionally maybe getting the 15th pick? Like, the upside is in the top 10 pick, and you have to give yourself the best chance possible to
That's a fair argument.
to capitalize on that.
So
I thought you were going to ask, like, I think most people are giving up on moving up to 7 or 8. Definitely 7, maybe 8. But as I was saying, after our win on Tuesday night, like, Goat, I'm now realizing what you were talking about when we were like, hey, maybe we can move up to 7 or 8 if we're actually embracing the tank. And you were like, I'm worried about falling back.
Yeah. Hate to tell you.
He was right. He was right. Of course he was right, because we got March Madness to attend to. Stacking dubs. L's.
I was also right that the Bulls were going to win 2 of these 5 on the road.
L's.
You remember that one?
God.
You did. Shout out to you.
Yeah, they might even get one more. Who knows?
Might get one more on you, Goat.
It's possible.
Oh, shout out, sir. That's awesome.
Gentlemen, before we wrap up real quick, just saw this come across my timeline from Bulls on Chizen on Twitter. Matas after the game talking about John with Luka Doncic a little bit.
Yeah, let's hear
Say,
this.
quote, I don't back down from anybody.
Talk it.
No matter who you are.
Talk it.
End quote. Look, I think Luka, you could fairly easily argue, got the better of that exchange tonight.
Yeah.
But I love that Matas isn't afraid of that.
Yeah.
Also, interesting question. Somebody maybe I saw threw it in the chat earlier. Is Matas doing that, or is Luka doing that with Matas in some way? A sign of respect from Luka to Matas, or is it just like, yo, shut up, young man? Like, I know you scored 41 the other night, or I don't know. Maybe I didn't even know you scored 41 the other night.
Oh, he knew.
I think he knew.
He knew.
I think he knew.
That was a shut
And
the
then he was
hell
like,
up.
oh, 41, that's cute.
Yeah.
Here's 51.
Get you some of these right here.
There's another quote
Warm
from
glass.
Melissa Rowland, who covers the Lakers. Matas Buzelis on his takeaway from the trash talk exchange with Luka Doncic. Quote, probably not talk to him.
Bang. You see that? It's called both sides. I ain't backing down
But
from
again,
nobody.
But again, I think
gonna
that,
shut
like,
up.
there is value in this, even though it was a loss, in terms of his development. Like,
Yes.
he had to step up to the plate and, like, go toe-to-toe with a superstar.
Yes. Yeah.
And he was holding his own for a little bit, but he kind of found out what else he might need to do, or what the line is in terms of trash talk or whatever. I thought this was like an awesome opportunity for Matas to go against someone like Luka and have to try to deliver.
Yeah.
And it's okay when you fall short. Like, we talked about this when Matas said that he wanted to be the most improved player this year.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to criticize him for having lofty goals.
Nope.
But we will criticize the team for not having lofty goals.
Talk that.
Him going after it is great. Like, that's the mentality you want to see. And you don't want that to go away. You want him to hold on to that, but learn how to compete with it next time. Learn how, like, to be able to get his own shot. Learn how to be able to go toe-to-toe and trade baskets with a guy like Luka. I don't know if he can, but, like, the fact that he was willing to try that, that's great. Now you got to, like, learn from it and get better. And that happened in a loss. That's fine. But I think him being out there and actually competing with him is a good thing. But it was more about, like, the other stuff that we talked about, undercutting the rest of the team so that they're maybe not in that position. But, yeah, I mean, this was awesome from Matas. I don't think this was a great game from him, but I think it was a great opportunity for him.
Yes, that way. I love the way you said that. And also, Luka was probably also thinking about when they played during his rookie season and what he did to him as well. I don't think, great players, those psychotic level of great players, don't forget that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that all played, in his mind while he was over there cooking and frying and filleting and fricasseeing that young man out there on the floor. But I love this for Matas. I want him to keep talking more. Don't change nothing. Keep talking, like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do that, then you just do that. All right? But what are you going to do on the other end is the question. And that's something he could take with him. And I hope he keeps it with him in this offseason when he's training, when he's taking 1,000 shots, when he's getting stronger. You got to get stronger. When he's getting stronger out there in that weight room, I hope he remembers these things. I hope he remembers when Luka hit him with the forearm and said, "Get up off me, little fella."
Oh, yeah.
And went up with the layup on there. I hope he remembers him hitting that three and then talking to the crowd, you know what I'm saying, before he did it. Like, I love it. Like, I love that kind of psychotic basketball play because it only breeds other psychos. And Matas has that hint of psycho in his brain, bro, and I need it to be activated. So this kind of game is why I loved it so much. And it made it more exciting, to watch and to see that. You're like, hey, cool, your guy right there is going at it. All right, let's see what my guy do and go back at you, man. Let's see what it looks like. So, yeah, I agree with you, Go. This is great for the development.
And, like, if I know Matas, this is the kind of thing he's a competitor. He's a hard worker.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get better from this. He's going to, he's going to feel what this feels like and not let it happen again because of how maniacal he is as a competitor.
Yes.
So, like, that's good for him. That's good development for him.
Paul saying it was good to see Luka being abused. Dude, it was entertaining to watch.
It was.
That stuff between Luka and Matas going back and forth.
And Luka was just
person
cooking.
from North Cali saying, I love that Matas is willing to challenge himself. Same, just like Dave was saying.
Air fryer.
What the Guap would also saying, I like to see Matas get those step-back shots closer to the rim like Luka and LeBron do. Yeah.
Pan-seared.
Gotta be bigger to be able to do that.
Yeah, you gotta have a bit more strength to create that space in those
gotta get a little,
those sort of like elbow spaces on the floor.
More strong on there, baby. That's it. A little more strong.
Which, like, whether it was LeBron or Luka, there were a couple times tonight where Matas was reminded the strength disparity that he has against some of the best players in the league right now.
It's the thing. I hate the Lakers, but Luka is must-see TV.
Truly.
It's what it is,
just
bro.
Like, so many times tonight, all three of us just laughed at something that Luka did.
Yes. Oh, I laughed a lot. There was one play at the end.
Chris Paul, must-see TV.
That's more than 2 words. But dude, there was that one play at the end where Luka hits that three. Go and you look at the bench. I love looking at the bench when great things happen because players' reactions are the best. And just watching Marcus Smart just stare at his team, right? And then stare at his teammate like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to get to when Matas, you know what I'm saying, and Giddey and those guys, when your teammates are talking to them like, holy crap.
Yeah.
This dude is amazing. Can't wait to get there.
The three look away, talking after every.
Bro.
It was great.
That
It was great entertainment.
I love that.
Before we get out of here real quick, Grumblebum7 in the chat said, you three need to get a real job. You're the Giddey, P. Will, and Matas of podcasting.
Wait. Who's who?
First of all, Dibs Matas.
I'm about to say, who's who?
And second of all, thanks for watching, despite the fact that you think that we need to get a real job.
Yeah.
Am I Nick Richards?
Joey C.
Who am I?
Getting all those entry passes from Josh Giddey.
Man, the clean
up.
The clean up over
We
there,
may
dog.
not be a playoff team, but we do have continuity.
That's right. That's right, baby. Also,
and we're in the middle.
joke's on
We
you.
have
These
youth
are
and
real
experience.
jobs. With salaries and health insurance
And all that
everything.
stuff, man. It's crazy, right?
My herniated disc is boom. The bills were manageable.
Oh, man.
We'll get out of here for tonight because guess what? Tomorrow's another day, and the 5th game of the Bulls West Coast trip. They stay in LA. They play the Clippers tomorrow night. Until then, read GOAT stuff. Read that article of his chat with Josh Giddey with some great stats to back it up. AllCHGO.com for diehards only. Of course, use promo code GOAT, GOAT, to sign up to become a diehard if you aren't already. Big day, bow, BWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Shout out to our guy, Joey C., king of the controls.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying up late with us, Bulls Nation, or wherever you are on this globe. What time of day, what time of night, regardless. Thanks for being here tonight and every time. We appreciate you. Much love. Hit the like on your way out. We'll look for a tank spin next time. See you, Red. Be good.
Love you, Grumble. Peace.
Grumble!
We all silly like the mayor.